Ready?
Who is it? Look
Look
who it is. It's you. Oh, yeah, it's you. She's so excited. Look. Yeah. Aww. Aww.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
Happy New Year's! Did I clip? Probably. What's up, Wikimaniacs? How's it going? It's your boy Sean. I just blew out my co-host's ears. And during that break, I also thought about blowing their backs out as well.
Oh, but man, you beat me to it, baby. I was like, I wish you blew something else.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew I had to capitalize before John did, guys. Wikimaniacs, what's up? It's your boy Sean, 2023. Nothing has changed. It's your boy Sean with my co-hosts, Josh and John.
We really gave Sean the reins for the first episode, eh?
We did.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our standard for the rest of 2023. Okay. It's just pure chaos.
We could keep up with that.
True.
Also, my patrons know that I dropped the GOAT intro of all time during the Patreon exclusive episode.
That's true.
And if you didn't hear that, just know I didn't say anything bad about non-patrons at all. I respected you guys and everything that has to do with you not being a patron. But that's okay. It's 2023 and it's not too late to become a patron because we have a new discounted rate if you just join at the yearly membership. Whoa, check that out. It's
anytime money's involved, this guy is a fucking gem.
Yeah. Yeah, you get 8% off if you sign up for a yearly membership. Whoa. So I think that adds up to like a month free almost, if I'm correct. My math is terrible. So
buy 11, get one off, dude.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Exactly. So if you want to sign up for yearly, you can do that at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. Go ahead, Sean.
I was going to say too, like the 8% that you save, maybe you should send that 8% to Sean's Venmo.
So just don't save any money at all.
Just send it to your boy Sean, man. Sean, what's your Venmo again? 2023. You gotta start it right, baby.
Yeah, you can just Venmo me straight up at SEANSNTPOD. And while we're on the topic of my Venmo, before we hop into some comments, I wanted to hop into some Venmo comments. Shout out to the Wikimaniacs that
they still sending you shit.
Supported my Christmas. Let's fucking go.
The last time you did this, you were like, "Oh, this is for lawyer fees and stuff." We haven't seen shit. We haven't seen anything. Wikimaniacs.
Yeah. I paid for the lawyers and the CPAs.
We do have a CPA and a lawyer now. So
true.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Shout out the Venmo Wikimaniacs. Some might say my favorite Wikimaniacs.
Wow.
We got. I love all of you equally, especially if you send me. Shout out Lily. They said buy some shrimp chips, and you better believe I did. I mean, I paid our CPA. I didn't buy shrimp chips, of course.
I was gonna say you better share me some shrimp chips. You know how much I love shrimp chips, dude.
Next up, we got Jessica. They write, I've been meaning to do this for months because your bit on the podcast. It's hilarious. I love Reddit on Wiki and all of your banter. It's one of the few podcasts I keep up with. Please share this money with Josh and John.
Read that shit, fucker. Read it all.
Or don't, and just don't tell them. All right, moving on.
Okay, interesting.
You snitched on yourself, dude.
Yeah, what the hell?
Just know I will read fully whatever you write in the Venmo comment because you paid me. What am I gonna do? Not read what you write? Next up, we have Elena who said, "Don't spend this all in one place." And went to the CPA. Yeah.
Okay.
Went to the CPA.
Got more shrimp chips.
Yeah. I never bought shrimp chips. All right, and then last but not least, shout out to Nikita. They write, Venmo'd you for being my favorite host. Sorry, John and Josh.
It's a point, isn't it?
Wow. Hey, you got to love us all equally.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to. I could be your favorite. Speaking of favorites, though, I was looking at our subreddit, Reddit on No, reddit.com slash
Reddit on Wiki.
r slash Reddit on Wiki.
Okay.
There it is. It's 2023, baby. And I was looking for some stories to use for today's episode, and there are one story, I think. There could have been more, I just didn't see. But it said for John's use only. I said, what the fuck? Me and John do the same stories. Why would it be for John only? This seems fucked.
Probably some sick
It's
stories.
probably some sick,
I'm
perverted,
just deranged.
anything has to do with pornography. Yeah, I probably deserve that.
I didn't read it because it said strictly for John. So I said, oh, wow. Well,
You might as well put not safe for work beside it.
it's the same thing.
One and the same.
But yeah, that's it for the Venmo. Thank you guys for sending all that money. Again, I didn't buy shrimp chips that went to the CPA.
Yeah.
But I will buy shrimp chips with my own money in your honor. But Josh, John, do you guys have any reviews, comments from anywhere that you'd like to read out to the Wikimaniacs before we
It's the
hop
white
into
man's job.
today's story?
Yeah. So I got the last two videos we did of 2022. So the Man Believes the Clit Isn't Real episode. We have some great comments on that episode. One came from Nayeli R. And this is in response to the pooping naked, which, by the way, Sienna also thought was weird, John. So
I thought you were dead ass going to be like, by the way, Sienna also
Sienna
poops nude. I was like, you're going to out her like that?
wait, I'm going to edit this later and just cut that. And that's going to make it sound like that. So Nayeli R says, John, I too poop naked. I just get too hot, LOL, but I leave my bra on because it's too much work, LOL.
Thank
so
you,
John,
Nayeli.
You're not alone.
I'm not. I know there's a lot of Wikimaniacs that probably don't want to out themselves being out in the open when they do the number 2. It's okay. It's freeing. It's liberating. So
Do you guys
don't
not-
knock it till you try it.
Do you guys not publicly like poop in public?
I try not to.
I try to avoid it too.
I tried to avoid it, but like when the time comes, are you getting
I will.
fully nude in a public stall?
It's like, okay, I put my shirt over like kind of, like I kind of put it
Oh my
just
God,
over
like
my
a
neck.
cake?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That might be weirder.
Not like a full on cape, but it's just I gotta be free.
You're
so
pooper man.
yeah, I'm a shitty motherfucker. I hate it when the stalls. You know how sometimes the stall gap you can kind of like see the crap. I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
please
yeah.
don't stare at me. It looks like I'm doing some shady shit.
I mean, to be
But-
fair, if someone's staring at you through the crack, they're the
They're
weird
doing
ones.
some
They're the
shady
weird
shit.
ones. Yeah, you're right. It's an unspoken rule when it comes to taking a dump, but some people do it.
I do have a funny picture of you with your cape pooping and someone staring at you, and you're both just looking at each other, horrified at each other.
Oh, I'm gonna go full on like that Diddy meme. I'm like, I'm not gonna stop looking at you. I'm gonna stare at you the whole time.
Look away.
Good.
I'm pushing while I'm staring at you right
God.
now, motherfucker.
Oh.
Say when.
Oh,
Say
that's
An
when.
image. Drop on
terrible
command.
Yeah.
We have another comment from Natasha Ferdinand. They say, you guys are my favorite podcast. I just have a great time laughing and shaking with all the shenanigans you say. I just hope my fiance learns more English next year for me to be able to hear you with him. Greetings from Benozia in Argentina.
Oh.
I hope I pronounced that correctly. Also, congratulations on the World Cup win.
Congrats.
Yeah.
The
hell
greatest
yeah.
World Cup of all time.
Was it?
That was amazing.
Some say.
Okay.
They said definitely of the century, but we've only had like how many since the year 2000? So,
True.
but still,
So
I mean, it was a great World Cup final, so I agree. And then Natasha finishes off, says, love you guys, keep it going. So thank you, Natasha, for that lovely message.
thank you so much. And I heard Sean was a great tutor. Like he knows so many languages.
He does.
yeah.
My
Josh,
Tagalog is
holy shit, it's so good. You said that so smoothly.
so smoothly.
Impeccable.
Yeah.
Worth all the money you've been paying me.
So much money. I've been just Venmoing you so much. So then we have a couple comments from the holiday edition, Am I the Asshole one. Sounded like people enjoyed the AI story, so we're going to bring that back
Yes.
for
Oh, man.
2023.
Okay.
AI game.
Yeah, the AI game. It's not gonna be every story or every episode. I'll just sprinkle it in here or there to keep the game fun. And
That's the
we'll
one
keep-
true way for people to stop saying we copy other shows is to
True,
just
we-
have completely AI.
We literally
written.
make it up. And then Victoria says, now that I know there's a fellow HR person, I humbly submit the idea of an episode dedicated to HR/company horror stories.
Ooh.
So there's an idea for you, John or Sean. It could be Sean because he could pose it to John to test his knowledge and stuff like that. Or John could go into it as the professional hosting that episode. One or the other. I'll leave it to you guys.
For whatever.
It's not going to be
Down
me.
for whatever.
And then final comment, Sarah Last says, I knew they were a throuple. They were just using the podcast as an excuse to meet up. Eye emoji. Thumbnail is proof. And that is to the terrible thumbnail that
Was
John
it
made.
terrible though? Was it
Yeah, I was
terrible?
blowing backs.
Everyone loved it. And you know what?
It was great.
I was like, I think Josh is the tallest out of everyone. So I purposely found a picture of the office. I'm like, I think I remember a picture that they did back in the day. And I was the shortest guy in there. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
did that on purpose too. Come on, guys. I
It was
think
a great
about
thumbnail. It was a great
Thank you,
thumbnail.
thank
yeah.
you.
I don't actually know if I'm the tallest, Sean. We'll have to compare sometime.
You're definitely the top. I'm 5'9.5". Aren't you like
okay,
6
yeah,
foot?
I am. Yeah, not 6 foot. Sadly, that is a sore spot. Just
he's
under.
like he's 5'11" and 3/4.
5'11" and a half, guys. No, I'm not.
5'5".
Every guy is and a half.
Yeah.
Whatever they are, and a half.
Nah, I'm just saying 5'5" straight up, baby. Let's go.
Well, you're confident. Speaking
I am.
of, we have Short King merch coming out. I think
Hell yeah.
might be
Whoa.
out now.
I
If
need to
not,
start rocking that. Can I get a copy of that? Do I have to pay with my own money?
Yeah, we'll get you some Short King
All right,
merch.
sick.
We'll use the Venmo money.
Yay!
Whoa.
I would be the
Who's
perfect
Venmo?
model for it.
Who's Venmo?
I don't know who's Venmo.
Not mine. Anyways,
But yeah, that's all the comments. Thank you, everyone on YouTube who left a comment. There was many to choose from, so keep leaving them, and maybe you'll end up on the show.
thank you guys so much. Are you guys ready for the menu?
Before we get started, I do have one call out.
Ooh.
Josh, you looking not pale today with your new light.
Yeah, I did not magically get a tan, but I have
It's
new
not
lighting.
tanning season in Canada?
It sadly
Nah.
does not. We had the storm of the century, actually. a couple
Really?
Weeks ago. Didn't you guys get part of it too? You guys got the tail end
Oh,
of
yeah.
it?
We
Yeah,
got like
yeah.
-6 degrees Fahrenheit here in
Yeah,
Dallas.
we got nothing but ice, rain, and winds that could cause a tornado. So,
Jeebus. We had like baby flurries at best.
oh, okay. I mean, that's something for you guys for sure.
Yeah.
But no, Sienna got me these brand new lights for Christmas, and
Wow.
Sienna's so thoughtful.
they make me look not like shit. So I appreciate it.
So you're saying you look sexier now? You look
God
hotter.
damn. How
That's
was
what
it
you're trying to
possible?
say. How is that possible?
Y'all thought Josh couldn't get any hotter?
Wow.
My God.
Wrong.
That's not what I was getting at, but I appreciate the compliments, boys.
His little lumberjack outfit, just make me
Yeah.
want to sit on his face. God damn.
Jesus.
That's all I got.
Okay.
All right, moving on
Appreciate
to.
it.
Oh, actually, one more thing to shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to our most popular post this month on our subreddit, posted by Midscore.
The goats.
They wrote, "Merry whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays, Wikimaniacs. Hope everyone is having a safe holiday or holidays. I wish everyone the very best. Stay warm out there." And that,
Wow.
yeah, it was, the Wikimaniacs liked it. It's the most liked or the most upvoted thing on our subreddit at the moment.
That's
and
awesome.
the top comment from Floral Pancake, they wrote, "Hope everyone is enjoying their celebration events today."
Yeah.
So
Puns.
There's that.
They continue.
Yay! 2023 is going to be
2023
more of
is-
that.
still doing that.
Year of the puns.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
My only way is to just dive full in and act like I fucking love them.
Oh,
I
And,
still won't stop.
Yeah, I know.
then I got to be the heel, Sean, and I don't like
Yeah.
that.
we do have to make the white man happy. That is true.
I'm the president.
All right.
He is the president. God. You think it's a joke, guys? It's true.
Yeah, we put the white guy as president of the company,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
fine. It's the only way to be taken seriously in this business world.
Two brown guys ain't going to make it far in life. Come on now. We ain't got the privilege.
All right, 15 minutes in. Here's the menu, guys. Sorry.
Let's go.
All right, we got Coming from Wikimaniac, Shadow Cat MD. They posted from r/marriage. My wife won't talk to me anymore.
My wife.
That is an issue.
My wife. Coming up next from Wikimaniac, Dump Think 4082 from r/TIFU. Today I fucked up by giving my daughter a potato for a Christmas present.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Coming from, we've heard of petty revenge, but this is my first time hearing r/nuclear revenge.
Oh,
shit.
is that way more than petty?
I guess so. This is from Wikimaniac Snowy_cryptid. And the last story of today from r/best of Redditor updates from Wikimaniac Finartemis.
Oh.
And it's just titled, What Did I Just Read?
Oh, I'm scared of that one.
So,
Is that a John only?
yeah, no, this was not the John only one, surprisingly.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm like,
Okay.
that sounds scary.
We're doing smut at the end of this episode too.
I mean, let's start
If
the
you
year off
wanted
right,
smut,
baby.
Oh.
If you
Where
wanted
is it,
smut,
Sean?
again, plugging the Patreon. We did we ended that episode with a Christmas smut for you guys.
Yeah.
And
There was plugging involved
probably-
in that episode.
There was lots of
Probably
plugging.
you got voice acting from all three of us at one point or
Yes.
another on that one. So
I would say it was
you gotta,
good. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good, but you got it.
It was all over the place.
Someone said our British accent was
Turn
more
Australian.
Australian.
Yes.
I honestly have a hard time telling the difference between the two. Besides when
Really?
they say, I know everybody I tell is like, that's insane. They're so wildly
insane.
different. And I'm like, wow, I'm just not smart, guys. This is known. This is
They're like-
common knowledge.
Top 5 of our demographic, too.
Yeah, the only
Australia,
time I can
UK,
tell,
yeah. Yes.
the only time I can tell when they're Australian is when they say no or anything with an
Nah.
O sound.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the Twilight skits on TikTok. Oh, my God. I think always kills me.
The fucking what do cows sound like in Australia? Mar.
That's
Anyways, moving on.
stupid.
Bad joke. That's my pun, even though it's not a pun. All right, moving on. Fuck me.
That was utterly disastrous.
There it is.
Oh, my God.
There it fucking is. All right, from r/marriage. My wife won't talk to me anymore. What? My wife won't talk to me anymore.
Sean can't talk anymore.
I just had dinner and the tomato soup is still kind of like, I guess, in there.
Just swirling around.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
like it.
My wife, 31-year-old female, and I, 46-year-old male, have been together for 6 years and married for 2. She used to talk to me all the time. She used to share her day with me, just randomly tell me about her thoughts, stuff like that. However, she used to also talk a lot about the problems we were having. It felt like we were always talking about what I did wrong. She thought I spent too much time talking to my exes. We were friends. I didn't prioritize her over work. It's my career. Am I supposed to quit? And mostly, overall, that I didn't care enough about her. There were so many different ways for her to come up with that conclusion. But it was like we were always sitting down for a serious talk. So I told her about a year ago that I didn't want to talk anymore. I was just tired of hearing everything that I was doing wrong all the time. I provide everything that we need. Can I have a break? I told her that if she had a problem with the way I did things, then she could get out of my house and we'd get a divorce. She told me that she was trying to communicate because she didn't feel appreciated and that it felt like I had one foot out of the door. But I think that's ridiculous. I know it's harsh, but I was at my wit's end.
Just off the bat, if your wife's trying to communicate with you and then you shut down that communication line, I mean, the relationship's over. So
Facts.
you did this to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what you expect when you're like, I don't want to talk anymore. Okay, she's going to
My
stop
wife
talking.
won't talk to me. Yeah,
Kind of just
dumbass.
got
That's
what you asked for. Right?
Yeah. And like at first I was like, oh, maybe he has like a reasonable point, but then he's like, you know, talking to my exes, I work like all the time. It's like, dude, you got to prioritize your relationship just as much as you prioritize anything else in your life. And you should prioritize your relationship more than most things, to be fair. So the fact that you're not willing to try to, you know, work on it and make your wife feel appreciated. And, you know, if your wife's uncomfortable with your exes, it could be a jealousy thing, but also you sound kind of scummy. So it could be a bad thing.
Yeah, you sound like
I was
an
gonna
ass.
say, to add on that, like he gave me a bunch of like
Red
the
flags.
red flags, the 1950s typical husband where he's
Yeah.
saying that, well, shut up and not express how you feel because I provide everything for you.
Yeah.
Like, no, motherfucker, she's providing you
It's
tips on how to
22.
improve your relationship.
Yeah.
And you just say, shut up, don't add anything into it anymore. So like what Sean said already, you kind of got what you asked for.
I said it's
Yeah.
2022, and then I realized it's actually 2023.
23.
Whoa. Peek behind the screen. It's not for us right now while we record.
It's even,
got,
well, I'll
3
still
days?
fuck up all throughout January. I'll be like, it's 2022.
You got like a 60-day warranty
Yeah.
to fuck up 2022.
What is it? Like a
2023.
grace period.
Grace period. There you go. That's
Yeah.
the
When
word.
you're-
That's the word I was looking for.
When you write the date on a paper and then you're like, oh shit. You gotta scratch out the 2, put the 3.
All right, getting back into it. So now, a year later, she barely talks to me at all. Oh, sorry.
No shit, Sherlock.
Is it written
When
like that?
No, I mean it feels like that.
Well, gee
When I-
willikers, wife. Why don't you talk to me, buddy?
When I ask her about her day, she says things like, fine. When I talk to her about work or politics or my day, she says, oh wow,
Politics.
cool.
I know he's a douchebag. Sorry.
She says, oh wow, cool, and kind of walks away. And the thing is, her attitude isn't even bad. She's very sweet, but it's like she just doesn't care anymore. I didn't want to talk about our problems anymore, but I didn't mean stop talking, period. We really don't talk about anything that doesn't have to do with our life/household. In the evenings, she just turns on the TV and we watch something until it's time for us to sleep.
Bro, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
You
That's
wanted.
what you wanted, yeah.
You
Yeah.
literally asked.
If you don't want to hear what she's thinking, then she's not going to tell you what she's thinking.
Last Friday, she said she had to work late and I was cool with it. I didn't ask anything about it. Also another problem, you know, if you want to talk more, maybe you need to.
Start the communication.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would think. Anyways, today I found out that she was really at a dinner where she was celebrated for an award. She invited some of her friends, her mom, and her brothers. I ran into her brother at the store today and he mentioned the dinner. And he said that he was so sorry that I couldn't make it. I asked what he meant by that. And he said the dinner. How I wasn't able to go because I was sick.
Oh,
I asked him to explain the whole thing to me, so now he knows too. What am I supposed to do? Is she punishing me or something? Do I tell her that I know? Why wouldn't she tell me? I didn't think she'd take it this far, and now I'm thinking she's being pretty petty.
Oh my
Does
God.
anyone have any experience here? I love my wife, and I'd do anything
Do
for
you?
her. Would you do anything? I don't think you would. Anyways,
you?
but I'm so confused.
I like how Sean read that.
Shit sounds like
He's so
sounds like an
dumb.
So whiny.
infomercial.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
I love my wife.
The saying is overused, but and it's usually by people who are like the worst kind of person. But it's like, if you can't deal with your relationship at your worst, you don't deserve it at the best, which is when she's celebrating the good things. You know, you're like, oh, I don't want to hear about the bad stuff in our relationship. And she's like, okay, well, I just won't tell you about the good stuff then either. And it's like, that's part of a relationship. There are going to be like, as cheesy as it sounds, up and downs, and there's going to be bad things and good things that happen. If you don't want to deal with the bad things, then she's rightfully keeping you from the good things as well, which is no longer a
Fair
relationship
trade.
in my mind, but
You're just like like living together. Like
you're
you
like
guys are just
roommates. Yeah.
I was gonna say the way I kind of listened to the story, Sean's narration was beautiful. By the way,
Thank you.
it's funny because the way I kind of saw it is he was whining the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and to me the way he wrote this, he was trying to get sympathy points from Redditors because he's trying to
Oh.
paint her as a villain by saying like all she does is nag at me every single time. But the part that I think he didn't understand was every single time that she was trying to say those things is to communicate the things that you are lacking providing her.
Yes.
And you just kept saying like it's nagging to the point that you were just like, shut up, I don't want to hear with it. Well, buddy, guess what? Wish granted. Now she doesn't
Yeah.
even want to share anything with you, whether that's good or bad. You're just essentially a body that lives in the same household.
I also doubt she was doing it every single conversation they had, which it made it sound like. It was probably
That's why, yeah.
Yeah. It was probably like whenever he did something shitty or like, she was feeling something was missing from the relationship. She brought it up to address it, which is what you're fucking supposed to do. You're supposed to be like, yeah. And this is why your relationship is not going to work out. She's going to divorce you because she doesn't see you as a partner. She sees you as a roommate, as John said earlier.
And to add with that, Josh, to me, the way okay, first of all, the things that you're doing to her, I'm not saying like talking to exes is bad. Like some people can absolutely have that relationship and be okay. Yeah. That's fine. However, you also seem like a workaholic where you end up neglecting her.
Yeah.
She kind of told you that, hey, I'm feeling neglected. Well, no shit. She's going to try to get your attention and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. And the fact that you were just like, nah, instead of actively trying to fix it, you're looking more of a dumbass and someone who doesn't know how to be in a relationship the more you tell the story. And of course she's not gonna share her big accomplishments with you. And the thing is that pissed me off too, if you asked her about her day and if you asked her about her interests or what's going on in her world, you would probably know that she was getting some sort of accomplishment at work. Mm-hmm. But for you to find out behind your back, that means you don't even ask her shit about her day. So that's on you, buddy.
Like, oh, she said she was having a long day at work. I said, cool. We already mentioned that part, but like, that's exactly what John's saying. Like, if you actually talk to her and like ask, then she probably by that point it was done. It's over.
Right.
Yeah,
It's been a year of that shit. But it's not like this happened out of nowhere. You asked for this, you got it. And it seems like you really haven't done anything to fix it. So it's like,
exactly.
What the fuck are you expecting?
And what pisses me off about guys like this is like, and I say guys like this because it's, we've read enough stories that it's like this, but they don't want a partner with their own drive, their own needs, their own wants. They just want a fuck doll, basically, is what it seems like. That's all they want in a relationship. Don't talk to me. Just sleep with me and marry me so that I can say I have a wife. You know what I mean? And that's all these pieces of shit want. And it's disgusting. She should leave your ass. And she probably will, to be honest. And you might not even know for weeks because you never seem to care about it.
She's getting her back blown out. Well, you probably won't find out. You'll find out from a stranger too. So
true.
We'll
All right. Moving on to the second story, we have from r/TIFU, also known as Today I Fucked Up, also known as your boy's favorite subreddit.
Yeah, keeping it going for 2023, Sean. I like it.
Yeah, I'm keeping all the streaks. I'm not changing a thing about this show, guys. Unfortunately, sorry. Except me loving puns. I love puns now.
Oh.
Hit me with one, John. I love them.
I love the new dedication you got going on. So
There it is.
yeah,
Hilarious.
smile for me. Show your elation for my puns.
Holy
like this.
fuck.
I don't like this.
Jesus. Anyways, this is from Wikimaniac.
I know words,
Think
guys.
4082. Today I fucked up by giving my daughter a potato for a Christmas present.
Oh, see, we did like a white elephant for Christmas, and they kept joking that one of the presents had a potato in it. So it's kind of funny.
Wow.
So it could be a situation like this is my prediction.
I was gonna bring something up about potatoes because it involves taters and
He just got
something
arrested.
happened to the. Yes, I was gonna bring that up.
Oh,
The
yeah, I
taters
saw
got arrested
that.
today.
Yeah.
So whatever the speculation is, the motherfucker probably did it. So no need for a court system. Just
Y'all saw
get his
him
ass-
get slam dunked by Greta?
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
That was awesome.
so fucking funny.
That was
Dude,
funny.
when
How
you're
dare you?
when you're taking L's against what is she, 17?
She's like 19, right, or something like that.
Oh, she might be 19 now. Actually, holy shit,
She might be an adult. That was a while ago.
that is a wild.
I saw someone edit his because apparently he's a professional kickboxer, right? So someone edited his Wikipedia page that he took an L to Greta on Twitter,
Oh, hell yeah.
like as a kickboxing record. I thought that shit was hilarious.
That's good. I like that.
Anyway, sorry, Sean. That was the tater potato kind of comparison. They're all
I like it.
yeah, they're all dumb. So
Yeah, but potatoes are awesome. Taters, not so much.
most flexible. It's potato. No, potato's not a fruit, right? Am I being an idiot?
It's a root
definitely
vegetable.
Roots.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
There's no seeds in it.
Okay. I don't know. They all taste good to me.
That's fair.
Yeah, no matter how you cut it or cook it, it's usually going to end up delicious.
Or fry
with
it.
salt and butter or fry it.
Fry. Yeah.
All right, so this happened a while ago. When my daughter was 6, she was obsessed with the TV show Little House on the Prairie, which delighted my wife and I, who loved the show when we were kids. In the pilot episode, the family was so poor that each of the girls got a new cup, a shiny new penny, and a potato as a Christmas gift.
Okay.
My daughter could not stop talking about it. Now, my family is really big into taking practical jokes a little bit too far. There was the feral daughter kept in a cage prank of 2010. There was the bloody leprechaun joke of 2013. But this one really backfired on us.
That one was the...
I'm surprised neither of those other two backfired on you. They sound terrible. And I feel like I need to know the story.
Same.
Yeah. Can't just say, what did you say? Trapped a kid in a cage or something shit?
The feral daughter kept in a cage prank of 2010
God
and the
damn.
bloody leprechaun prank of 2013.
I feel like
feel
that's a
you
lot
could-
of therapy needed after taking in
I
those
truly hope
pranks.
you did not keep somebody in a cage.
I hope not.
That is false imprisonment. That's a crime.
my goodness.
I didn't do it.
It was just a prank.
It was a
I-
prank. It
I
was a
didn't finish,
prank,
I
officer.
didn't finish the chocolate milk. Don't lock me in this cage.
All right, so after my daughter went to bed on Christmas Eve, we hid all her real presents behind the couch and left one package in the middle of the floor. When she came down, she seemed surprised that there was only one gift, but carefully unwrapped it to reveal, you guessed it, a shiny tin cup, a brand new penny, and a potato. Attached was a note from Santa. Molly, I heard how much you loved the Little House show. Here's hoping you have a very prairie Christmas. Love, Santa.
Oh,
I like it.
was this marked for John's eyes only, Sean?
Yeah, both of the stories seem like they could have gone to John. She grabbed the potato and started to cry. I really screwed up this time. However, it wasn't because she was upset, but because she was so happy.
Oh.
Even when we revealed her other gifts, she only wanted to be with her potato. She drew a face on it and carried it around with her everywhere.
Oh my God.
But eventually, it started to go bad. First, it turned green and started to sprout eyelets.
Oh.
Eventually, we had to have a very traumatic experience where the potato disappeared during the night.
Could you
She's
just
17.
replace it?
You would think. She's 17 now and still talks wistfully about the potato that she got. Too long didn't read. I once gave a potato to my daughter as a practical joke and ended up backfiring when she ended up loving it. And we had to get rid of it before it went gangrene. Ooh, edit. Y'all wanted the leprechaun. Y'all wanted the leprechaun story. I just posted it too. So I guess that's for another time. But
Okay.
yeah. Or you can hop on our subreddit and find this post and then find the leprechaun post.
True. It seems like you didn't fuck up giving the potato. You fucked up not either replacing the potato or like finding an alternative to replace the potato with like a fake potato maybe. That's kind of cute that she loved it.
Loved it.
Wholesome as fuck, actually.
Yeah. That's such a childhood wonder kind of moment where they're just like, this is the best thing in the world. And to us, we're like, it's just a potato. But I love that. That's a wholesome ass story, Sean.
Did anyone record the pranks?
You're trying to see the feral daughter trapped in a cage?
Child
prank?
services did.
Not that. What's the other one? The bloody,
The bloody
leprechaun.
leprechaun. God damn it.
Oh,
The beat up
man.
Lucky Charms guy.
God.
Y'all have nieces and nephews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever give them gifts like this? Like one year, my parents just straight up
Potato?
gave all the grandchildren like a bag of chips when they're like 4, or no, not when they're
Oh.
4, when they're like 1 or 2, and they don't know anything, and they're just like, oh my god, it is my favorite snack.
A potato chip.
Yeah,
All I do is scare my nieces. That's all I do.
Oh my God. You sound
Play the
like the
Insidious
worst
songs.
uncle.
Yeah, I'm a terrible uncle.
We usually get our nieces and nephews get like a book and then along with a toy or something like that. So it's like fun and then like reading, which sometimes they don't enjoy. So
Who the fuck enjoys reading? That's why. Just kidding. Now me.
A lot of people, John.
A lot of
Damn
fucking
it.
people like to read.
Is
John.
it me? I'm just dumb and I just don't like literature.
I mean,
It's just in. John doesn't like books, or vegetables.
I don't like books. I don't read.
John is a toddler.
I am a toddler.
And we're getting you a potato for Christmas, John.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, moving on to the last story before our ad break. We have coming from r/nuclear revenge for the first time ever.
Oh.
This is from Wikimaniac snowy_cryptid. And this one is a long one. So it's titled, I didn't give my twin brother my kidney because he had an affair with my girlfriend and then outed me as bisexual.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo. That is juicy.
There's so many layers to this onion. Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this one.
I mean,
Personally, I wouldn't give my shit either.
will this fit on
Like-
TikTok?
I don't know. It's pretty long, but maybe you could cut all the important parts. But I will say that my last two stories, Wikimaniacs, are a bit of a wild ride. So
Okay.
let's get into it.
What a tease.
So I'm using fake names for my revenge cast because, duh. I, Ryan, and my twin brother, Sebastian, have never, ever been close. In fact, he made my life hell growing up, and my parents didn't help by playing favorites. Parentheses, getting him better stuff on our birthday, only going to see films that he liked at the cinema, and giving him extra money for housework despite us doing the same amount of work.
Oh, hell no. Better find your own damn kidneys, buddy.
He hasn't even done the bad stuff yet.
Fuck you, Sebastian.
You could tell John's an only child.
Yeah, I ain't sharing shit.
Jesus Christ. It's the normal, I mean, not great stuff, but not the
No.
truly evil stuff yet.
This happens in more
heads.
households than you think, John.
Well, damn. I ain't sharing
damn.
shit. I know my wife gets on my case because sometimes I don't be sharing my stuff. She's like, you're such an only child. I'm like, I am what I am. Leave me alone.
Let me go poop
I didn't
in
have
private.
a child hold.
I'm going to poop here naked.
Jesus Christ. Door wide open.
Just staring at her.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Say when.
He would always put me down, belittle me, and bully me with his friends at school, break my stuff, and then blame me, and was just overall a pain in general. Growing up, the only people I knew to rely on were my older sister, Jane, my cousin, Kai, and my best friend, Isaac, who all knew what an awful person my brother was. Anyway, cut to when we were 17 and I had my first girlfriend, someone I loved very much. We didn't have sex because she wanted to wait until her 18th birthday to lose her virginity. But it turns out she was having an affair with my brother behind my back for half the time that we were together.
Bro.
And only got caught when it was revealed that she was pregnant.
What the fuck? What is with fucking siblings, significant others?
Significant other.
Yeah.
It sounds like it happens more than we.
We've had
I know.
way too many
Way too many.
stories. Like one story would be enough. We've had like 5 stories where this has happened. It's so fucking crazy.
I was crushed. She knew how much I hated my brother, and she saw some of the awful things that he did to me, but she still went and did that. Cheating is bad enough, but to do it with him of all people. I punched him in the face and broke his nose and made him lose a tooth, but according to my parents, I was the one in the wrong.
Yeah, take his kidney out next.
And now we had to help this girl who is carrying my brother's child and have to support all 3 of them.
He's going to help?
Fuck
My
that.
brother then said that he had no intention of being a father at 17 and told my ex to get an abortion. She ran out of town and I never saw her again. I don't know if she had the baby or if she got an abortion. All I know is that she was gone and my folks were still praising my brother as the golden child. while
Holy
I
shit.
was still the black sheep and the failure as usual.
Bro, your son fucks your other son's girlfriend, gets her pregnant, and then demands that she gets an abortion. I mean, pro-choice, whatever, but it's not her choice at that point if he's trying to force her to do it. Jeez, I would disown him and never talk to him
Sebastian can
again.
eat a bag of dicks.
Sebastian sucks ass.
Yeah. Holy.
Well, another year goes past, and me and my brother still despise each other, but I had started dating again. I found a boy that I liked. I am bisexual, and this new guy, Daniel, I had met at college, caught my eye. He was deaf, and I studied sign language out of boredom, so we got to talking, and things just seemed to click.
Damn, that's sweet as fuck.
I like how
That's
he was
wholesome.
like, "Oh, you'll fuck my girlfriend? I have a boyfriend now." Reverse Uno card.
Gotcha. We date, fell in love, and I bring him to my friend Isaac's party to introduce him to friends, and everything feels great. At this point, the only one who knew that I was bi was Isaac. But one day, walking into a cinema holding my boyfriend's hand, I bump into my evil twin. He points, laughs, and says some homophobic remarks.
Jesus.
I tell him to go fuck himself, and I go see the movie with my arm around my boyfriend. When I got home after dropping my boyfriend off, I knew that I'd be facing something as I walked through the front door. I saw both my parents on the sofa, my mother crying about how on earth could she have given birth to someone so disgusting.
What
You literally gave birth to a fucking sea bass hole over here. Like, what the hell is wrong with you,
Oh,
parents?
you've been sitting on that one for a while, haven't you?
No, actually, that just came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. I'm legit angry right now.
I mean, you're 17, so I guess you have to be at home, but God, I'd be out of there.
18 at this point.
Oh, I'd be out of there. Fuck them. That is a horrible family. Disown them, and you're better off.
Yeah, North Carolina them the whole time, bro. Like, it's not even worth it at this point.
Yeah, go to North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina, her. She was talking about how I am a stain on our family's name. My father then gets up to yell at me, spout more homophobic remarks and slurs. At this point, I see my brother up on the staircase with a shit-eating grin on his face. He then comes down and says that he's uncomfortable sharing his room with an F word. And my folks kick me out then and there.
Oh, no.
With what little money and clothes I had, I went to Isaac's house, and his family took me in, where I stayed for 6 months, and I actually got to experience familial love and affection.
Shout out
And Isaac's
Yeah.
mother
Family,
and stepfather are who I now consider to be my real parents.
I hope they
Hell
adopt
yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Eventually, me, Daniel, and Isaac all get a 2-bedroom flat together, and all is good for the time being. So, cut to December of last year, me and my now husband, Daniel,
Hey,
Congrats.
congratulations.
parentheses, Isaac was my best man, and then my sister and my cousin Kai walked me down the aisle.
Love it.
I have a brilliant job in graphic design. I have my own house by the sea, and life has never been better.
The sea in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah, possibly.
Maybe. That'd
Hopefully.
be funny.
Wow,
That would be
is that a pun? Because the sea in Carolina?
Oh, I mean, that wasn't what I was going for. Now you're just
you're just-
paranoid.
I'm
You are
fucking
paranoid.
I'm fucking on edge, guys, because I love puns. I fucking love them.
trying to find them everywhere.
Yeah, I can't get enough. However, I got a call from my sister that my brother was in the hospital.
Good.
I hadn't. Jeez. I mean, yeah, I agree, but
I'm beyond it. I don't care.
yeah,
Some people are better off.
not here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hadn't thought about him that much over the 9-year period since I was kicked out, but being reminded of his existence brought up a lot of painful memories for me. I was told by my sister that Sebastian wanted to see me and that it was urgent. So I went to the hospital he was in and met my sister outside the front entrance. I asked her, what is this all about? But she doesn't tell me and instead says that I need to ask my twin. So I arrived to where my brother is, and he has our parents at his side. And my folks look actually happy to see me, as if what they did to me hadn't happened. And also, Sebastian looked really pleased to see me as well.
Because we have
It's
matching
safe.
organs.
We need you now.
It's safe to say something was off. Eventually, I ask what's going on and why I was even here, to which my brother tells my family to leave the two of us alone. He told me that he was dying from kidney failure and that he has been for the last few years, but now he didn't have much left.
If I say that I don't feel anything towards that, is that a bad thing? I don't have any feeling towards that.
You said it first, but I feel the same way.
Okay. I just, yeah.
Is that you're playing the tiniest violin?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wow, karma has a nice way of coming back to people sometimes.
He then said that he has always regretted that we never got along. At to which point I told him no. He looked confused and asked what I was on about. So I simply told him straight to his face I wasn't going to donate my kidney to save him.
Yep.
He looked as if I had just shit in his food.
Should have.
He should have.
After you left.
He then went.
Here's some pudding, brother.
Good God.
Chocolate.
It's a fudge
Delicious.
brownie, my friend.
Why are you naked?
He then went on about how bad his situation was and that he was really sorry for all the things that we did to each other growing up.
We did to each other.
Oh.
Boy, if you don't. Oh my God.
Like, excuse me? We did to each other?
Oh, there you go.
There you
Jones
go.
is reading it.
Jeebus.
I told him that I just wanted a brother growing up that cared and loved me and who wouldn't try to break me every day for 18 years.
Yep.
He then called in our mom and dad and told them that I wasn't going to give up my kidney. Then they started to spout off that I had owed them for my existence and that I have a
Hell
duty to look
Hell
over my family.
no.
That's not your family, though. They didn't treat you like that, family.
Nope.
They kicked you out of your family. They're no longer
Isaac
family.
and your husband is
And your
family
sister.
now.
And your sister. Yeah.
Sister, cousin, and Isaac's parents.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, they didn't treat you like family for 20 some odd years. Fuck
Why
them.
now? All of
Yeah.
a sudden when the need is there? Nah,
Yeah.
screw that.
I asked them where that duty was when they kicked me out of the house, or where that duty was every time my brother gave me a black eye, or where that duty was to look after the child that Sebastian decided he didn't want to have when he didn't want to be a father. I told them for all the things that he's done, from outing me to having an affair with my girlfriend to possibly abandoning a child, that this was the universe's way of finally giving back to him what he dished out.
Yup.
I then turned around and walked out of that room, having that be the last time I ever saw Sebastian again. Not sure why they would want an F-word's kidney anyway. I walked past my sister, who gave me a look. I gave her a look back, and then she then in turn gave me a look that said, I understand. After leaving the hospital, I felt great, as if a great weight had been taken off my shoulders. I went home and I never looked back, pleased with my decision. Now, last week, I get a call from my sister calling to inform me that Sebastian has died. This is where we play the celebratory music. She
I don't know if I
she
have
asked. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel nothing.
Nope.
Nope, nope.
No.
Therapy.
Nope.
Nope,
Nope.
nope.
Oh, there we go. That'll work.
Oh, there it is. He died. She asked if I was okay, and I said I was, that I didn't really feel anything at all, in all honesty. She said that she understood to a degree, as Sebastian hadn't been all that kind to her over the years either. I had my husband and Isaac there to support me. The next day, I started getting calls and texts from various family members I hadn't spoken to in years, telling me that I'm going to hell for being a bad son. I'm going to hell for being a bad brother. And I'm going to hell for being an F word. And that me and my husband don't deserve children.
If those are the people going to heaven, then I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I don't wanna be there.
Yeah,
I'd
that
rather go to hell.
For
So,
real.
jeez,
It's a nice party there.
Yeah.
I got better music, better food,
better morals.
better morals. Yeah. Shit might be fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are we
Sean.
talking about actual hell? Because I do not want to go there. Anyways,
Well, we don't believe in it, Sean. So.
that's fair. That's fair. This makes me second guess my choice of not giving my brother my kidney. Even in death, he's making things harder for me. I did wonder if I was a bad person and if I made the wrong decision. But I knew that if I was in the position that he was, I would be left for dead. So screw him. Other bits of information that may clear some things up. 1. His renal failure was from living a hardcore lifestyle of drugs and alcohol. 2. My folks and sister did get themselves tested to see if they were matches, and none of them were. 3. I disowned them of being my family years ago, apart from my sister. So when I got married, I took my husband's last name and hyphened it with Isaac's last name, to which
Oh.
Isaac's parents were very pleased about.
I like that.
I love them.
Yeah.
4, some family, Kai's parents, and my dad's brother, have actually called to see how I'm doing and say that they don't judge me for what happened.
Good.
Others,
Respect.
however, have continued with the said abuse, and I have blocked all of them.
Good.
Yeah.
5, If he had been a good brother throughout my life, I'd have done it without a second thought. I'd have done the same for Jane, Kai, Isaac, and my husband Daniel. But ultimately, I felt like Sebastian didn't deserve it. 6, it's unlikely I'll ever see my parents again, and I'll make sure my parents will never meet them. My revenge to them will be being a better parent than they ever were.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
When I was trying to explain, like, I felt nothing towards his death, it sounds like the same thing. It's like, you know, you have cut him out of your life for a long time now, years and years. So there's no, like, the reason he feels nothing is because, you know, he's not family. He's not anything to him right now.
You've become a stranger over the last however long.
And even if there were strangers, I feel more sympathy for strangers who went through these types of like natural causes, because there was at least some sympathy showed maybe in their parts of their life. This example is just horrible. They just treated him like not a person at this point. It's like they just treated them like an anomaly and something that's not correct. It just doesn't make sense to me how they treated him that way.
Yeah. And I think you've said this before, John, but like, don't keep family that's going to give you like, make your life worse. And these people were, because you don't need that shit in your life. And you've made a family with with Isaac and his family, and then with your husband and your sister. And they're way better people than your family, clearly. And it sounds like you're going to be a great parent. So kudos to you guys.
And if there's like a lesson that we can impart to Wikimaniacs for 2023 as a first episode,
wow,
give the same energy back. You know, like if they give you negative energy, cut them off. But if they give you like the best positive energy and effort, reciprocate that 10,000 times. So that's kind of a good way to kind of live life, in my opinion.
Wow, I love it.
All right. With that being said, I think it's time that we shave our butts, our balls, our armpits, our faces.
You can shave whatever you want, to be honest.
With the Lawnmower 4.0, the possibilities are endless, buddy.
You can do it in the dark, or you can do it with the new lights.
Whoa.
Yes.
We'll be right back, guys.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's from our friends over at MANSCAPED. The ball has officially dropped, but that doesn't mean you have to drop the ball on your balls in 2023. Whether you've had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below the waist grooming have you covered for your much needed New Year's resolution of bringing sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use the code Reddit for 20% off plus free shipping. Let us have a toast for a new year, new you, and new you with no pubes. It's a new year, new balls with the global leader in below the waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and other premium wet goods. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawnmower 4.0. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate parts. It also comes equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight that will shine a light to the promised land 2023 looks to be. A grooming routine isn't complete without applying the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver before showing off your 2023 self. These unique formulations take care of the smelliest parts of your body and are a big boost to your confidence in the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped threw in their Shed travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs as a free gift to keep your goodies stored comfortably. If you really want to make 2023 the year to remember, make sure to try out Manscaped's wet goods as well. This includes their ultra premium body wash, 2-in-1 shampoo, and body deodorant. These products are absolutely perfect follow-up after your New Year gym sessions. Cheers to new balls in 2023. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code Reddit at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Reddit. Time to feel sexy and free this 2003 with Manscaped. Thank you, Manscaped, for supporting the show.
And we're back, baby. We're fucking back.
That last story will definitely not fit on TikTok, but
We're
Definitely
fucking
not.
back. Okay.
we're fucking, what'd you say?
So we're fucking back? Keep it.
We're fucking backs each other's. Anyways, all right, moving on. Last story. As I promised, this one's a bit of a roller coaster as well. And I'm also kind of like, I feel a certain way about it, but I don't know if it's the right way to feel. So we'll see.
Oh. Is it gonna be? Are we gonna be kind of?
Are we gonna fight each other on this
Are
one?
we gonna fight first episode of the year?
I
think
don't
there's gonna be
know.
varying opinions about this topic.
There could be. I think that I'll save it. Okay, so this one is from r/best of Redditor updates. This is from Wikimaniac, Fine Artemis, and they have a, what is it? A flare that says, I Venmo'd Sean 1 cent. So
Ooh.
shout out to you. Yes, that did happen. So this is from, I believe, various subreddits, and then they compiled it into the best of Redditor updates. There is a trigger warning. There are discussions of transracialism.
Never
So
heard that.
if that's your thing, if that triggers you, then you could skip right ahead to the this day in history.
Well, sorry.
But-
What was the thing again, Sean? What was the term?
Transracialism.
Transracialism. And I beg of you, if you don't know what it is, to not look it up. That way we can go through the story together.
Okay. I'm not
But
looking
maybe,
it up.
if you're a listener and that sounds like something that might be touchy to you, then maybe, pause, look it up, and then do what you need to do after that. Also, a topic that has been brought up in the YouTube comments and from my wife as well, that the three of us can improve upon is whenever we do trigger warnings, we need to mention what specifically.
Yeah. You guys
We're
are bad
bad
at
about
that. The couple times we have, it's usually like trigger warning, but we don't actually say what it is.
Yeah. So
we'll work on
if,
that.
if you guys
2023 goal?
want to, we'll get better about that. That's something for sure that we will fix because
We're actively trying.
that does suck to not know what it's about and then kind of make your decision to listen to it and then
Yeah.
get fucked up or not listen to it and miss a potentially funny or interesting story. So something John and I will do better.
Oh, me too.
Josh as well.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get into it. This is titled, What Did I Just Read?
Oh God, I'm scared.
For context, I'm a 19-year-old female that moved to the Netherlands last year. I'm a university student and work in a supermarket. Yesterday, I brought homemade stroopwafels to work because it was my birthday on Tuesday. I put them in the break room with a card next to it saying everyone can take one. Well, 3 hours later, I took my break and they were all still there.
Oh.
Note, this is a huge supermarket with a lot of staff, except for one that a woman was taking, but then another girl said, "Ew, don't take those. Framke bought them." The woman then made a disgusted face and threw it in the trash. She didn't even put it back on the plate. Stuff like this happens every shift, but this hurt even more because I made them cookies to celebrate my birthday and even brought a waffle iron to make them. In the end, no one took any cookies, so I took them home and I haven't touched them since.
So this happens every shift, she said, or they said.
Yeah.
Why would you feel the need to bring in cookies for these kind of people then? That would be my question. Not like
Maybe she's new and she just wants to,
Trying to make friends.
putting out
trying
an
to get
olive
along.
branch. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, trying to maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I was just, I'm like, I would, if people treated me like this at work, I would not bring them cookies or anything. You know what I mean? But
I'd eat all the cookies.
but they sound, yeah, exactly. But they sound like a nicer person than me. So
So here's the first update of 4 or 5. Anyways, after all the support that I got on my post yesterday, I had the courage to go to my workplace this morning and confront the girl directly. I told her that I overheard her telling her coworker not to eat my cookies and asked her if she had a problem with me. At first, she denied it, but when I bluffed and I told her that I knew she was the one who hid my bag and had proof, parentheses, I actually didn't know who did that, and I was going to tell the manager, she admitted that she didn't like me at all. When I wanted to know why, she asked me to meet her after her shift ended so she could explain. Turns out she had seen my Instagram username from my phone and looked me up. She had read my posts about becoming Dutch. It made her really angry because even though she was born in the Netherlands and so were her parents, she wasn't considered Dutch. But she was still judged as a foreigner because of the way she looked and because of her ancestry. Meanwhile, I walked in with pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, and acted like I owned the place. She also said that I come across as a spoiled rich girl who doesn't care about her job. To be honest, I haven't been working as hard as I could be, and that I just get everything handed to me. Everyone hated working with me because I was always slacking off, and so she wanted me to quit. Finally, she admitted to pitting our coworkers against me and showing them my Instagram account. I was really surprised by her honesty. I apologized for making her feel that way, and I explained that actually, I looked a lot like her when I was younger and knew how it felt. When she didn't believe me, I showed her pictures from my childhood on my phone, from before I had surgeries and so. I said I knew how she felt, and I was struggling to fit in too. I told her it made me really sad how I was treated at work every shift. We had a good talk about living in the Netherlands and having to deal with people gatekeeping the Dutch identity. I promised to work harder and to make sure to do my fair share for the short time until my contract ends. Then I'll be quitting the job. She agreed that that was for the best because my coworkers apparently hate me an unreasonable amount, and she doubts that's going to change. She said my stroop waffles looked delicious and asked if I could show her how to bake them, so now she is coming over on Thursday and someone is going to eat my cookies after all. I just wanted to end this post by saying, please be kind to each other. You never know when someone has been going through, and people deserve the benefit of a doubt. If you are getting bullied, that is not your fault, and please talk to someone you trust to help.
So I've been very quiet that whole read, mostly because I'm confused. So she's saying she got surgery to become whiter? Is that what I'm reading? Or
That's kind of what I was. That's why I kind of was like, surgery?
also, Dutch is not a race. So I'm very confused with that part. But I get like Dutch people, maybe they, gatekeep their culture. I'm not sure. I have no knowledge on that, but interesting. I'm very intrigued as to where this goes.
Oh, it's going. Okay. All right. So the person who wrote or who compiled all of these posts together wrote, that's when the comments start to indicate that something else is up here. This is a comment that she replied to. The comment says, how did you get your mother to agree to leg lengthening surgery and ship you off to Turkey to get it? So I guess that was one of her surgeries.
Oh my God. Getting taller?
How much did it cost and how long did the psychotherapy take afterwards? Also, how are you whitening your skin? OOP replies, I am using Korean skin whitening creams, but I am looking into getting injections. My mom understands me and has always supported me. She's my best friend. Recovering has taken a bit longer than 3 months, but after 1.5, I was already able to do most things. This is back where the compiler, the person who put it all together writes, at this point, I'm wondering what the heck this has to do with bullying at work. Well, after looking into their profile, it turns out that OOP identifies as transracial and is currently, quote, transitioning to Dutch, end quote.
Is Dutch a race? I'm very confused. I thought it was just white.
I mean, yeah, it's like French or English.
But like traditionally, Europeans usually associated with Caucasian people. You know what I mean? So
I feel like they all take their, I don't know. I'm not white, but I imagine they all take their nationality. I don't know if that is different from, it is different from race.
It is, right? Like, I don't know. My ancestry is like German and English, but I would just classify them both as white. You know what I mean? I wouldn't divvy those up into two different things. Not that they're not. Like, there's hundreds and thousands of years of different cultures and mixing and intermingling, but we have white skin. That's what we are, right? So I don't know.
Doozy for me, man. Like that.
Yeah.
I feel some type of way though. Some type of way.
Yeah. They seem like a good person. No, there's still 2 more updates.
Okay.
Let's get to the updates.
I'll hold off. I'll hold off on mine.
I feel some type of way about the situation.
Okay. We might be divided here. I don't know.
We might be.
Maybe.
Okay. 2 more updates. We got OOP's coming out story. I will post my coming out story I posted on my Instagram last year. I don't mention my Italian heritage in it for safety reasons, but it might help you understand where I'm coming from. Here we go. This is where I'm fully confused. I was assigned American at birth, but I never fit in. I can't connect to American culture even though I tried. Barbecue, guns, cars, football.
That is a race.
It doesn't make me happy. It never has. My former therapist misdiagnosed me with depression. When I was 14, my parents took me on a vacation to Amsterdam. I rode a bicycle. I ate a stroopwafel. I wore clogs and went to the Van Gogh Museum. I thought I didn't like cheese, but turns out I just didn't like the plastic American kind.
It do so.
American cheese is the worst. Going to the Netherlands was liberating, and I never felt that way before. I did a lot of research and I started connecting the dots. I'm a Dutch person born in the wrong country. I told my best friend and she said it made sense because I never want to pay for things. Lol. Don't know what that means.
What?
That is a stereotype.
Yeah, don't know what the fuck that means.
I've
not
never
a
heard that
good thing.
stereotype towards Dutch people before.
Yeah, weird.
That is a weird
Anyways,
one.
she really supported me and I will be forever grateful. Coming out to my parents was a different story. Lots of shitty stuff happened, but long story short, my mom now supports me and I have gone to North Carolina with my dad. I had leg lengthening surgery last year. I dyed my hair blonde and I will get eye color surgery sometime this year. I had to sacrifice a lot. I don't give a shit if you believe me or not, but please keep those thoughts to yourself. I'm allowed to exist and define my identity the way I want to, and I don't deserve to be mocked for it.
Okay.
We got one more update. I don't know if you want to hold it all in until
Does the
then.
update
or-
have more information about this kind of stuff?
sort of about their mindset on how
Okay.
this can be
I'm holding
real.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll hold off.
Last one. OOP goes on to explain their experience with, quote, biological transracialism. In my middle school class, there was this tan Asian looking girl who was born in the Philippines, but both her biological parents are white with blonde hair and blue eyes. Yes, both her father and her mother. I have met them plenty of times. But because her mother gave birth while in the Philippines, she looks like how people from the Philippines would look. Her brother and sister were born while their parents lived in Sweden, and they are white with blonde hair and blue eyes. I hate to say it, I think your mom fucked a Filipino. Anyways,
Ain't no way, bro.
maybe you
That's
don't
how
believe.
genetics work. Like,
Maybe you don't believe me, but this is a real thing that I saw with my own two eyes. Race is so much more than genetics or ancestry. Just because no one is funding studies that document it doesn't mean it's not true. Genetics don't determine your race. End of update.
I'm torn because I feel for this person.
They seem like a nice
They seem
but
like
misguided person in my opinion.
misguided is a perfect word.
I was gonna say ignorant, maybe.
Also, a little bit of that, to be honest.
there's
As the
shades of it.
whitest in the room, I'm willing to be wrong here. You guys go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, to me, as someone who had to assimilate to multiple cultures, I think it's okay to acknowledge where you originated from. Like, I'm originally from the Philippines, and I had to assimilate myself in an American culture. I'm unapologetically Filipino, and parts of me, but I'm just as American as I am as Filipino. To me, taking that whole identity as a Dutch person and going in certain lengths to look the part, and I don't know, it feels weird. And I know a lot of people, a lot of Wikimaniacs might disagree with me on this, but I think they took it a little too far, in my opinion. I don't know. This one, I'm torn with this one. I'm okay with appreciating a culture, living there, like, you know, someone who has immigrated a bunch of times, appreciating the culture and abiding to a certain lifestyle, but going full on while people have identity crisis who are originally from there, it kind of diminishes the whole point for me. But that's just me.
I want to hear your take, Sean, before I go.
So here's where I'm conflicted. Like right off the bat, hate to sound rude, but I feel like transracialism should not be a thing. But I'm also very conflicted because I'm also a big advocate of like, if it's not hurting anybody, why the fuck, is it a problem for anybody else? It's like we're big advocates of, your body, your choice. We're big advocates of feeling of
Empowered
being able to be
yeah.
yourself.
Exactly.
And to, truly, be with whatever you identify with. But at a certain point, you got to think like, am I just in love with certain aspects of a culture? Or am I just like, at a certain point, it's like, is this not mega super like level 1000 appropriation?
That is my thing.
Is there not a certain point where it's no longer contributing to a culture but stealing? That's where I'm conflicted, because it seems like, looking at things from afar a point, is her trying to become Dutch physically harming anybody? No. But does it feel wrong? Yes. And I don't know if I'm wrong in that point or not, but it just feels not
that's
right.
that's the part that I'm also feeling, Sean. And if you don't mind, if I could add another thing too.
Yeah, go for it.
If wealth and financial support wasn't a factor, would you have done the same thing? Like, it seems like you come in a place of privilege where you can't afford to do things like that. But had you not been able to pay for all those things, could you have appreciated the Dutch culture as it is, as you were, like originally how you were? Like, could you have done that? That's kind of the big question I have. And again, everything that Sean said, like, it's hard to judge you because it feels like you just want to be who your authentic self is. And I'm scared to say more because I don't want to come off as a hateful person. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't want to seem like a dick. It just seems like at one point there's
where's the line?
There has to be. I mean, maybe there doesn't have to be. Maybe it's, everything is fluid. But it seems like there should be a line. Maybe, I don't know, you have to take like courses on this to truly. But no matter what, you can't like experience what a culture has experienced historically. So I don't know. Maybe me and John are wrong on all this, but it just feels not correct.
Yeah.
And I'll be willing to fucking change my mind. You know what I'm saying? All the time I say stupid shit. So if I'm totally wrong on this, educate me and I'm down to learn. Also, I'll read into it myself because, I hate to be one of those like tell me what to think kind of people. But yeah, to me, just right off the bat, gut feeling, I don't love it.
Same.
All right.
One more thing. It just feels like we joked about like Josh's grifts, or is that the word? Grifts? Yeah. Like in the early podcast before we...
That was like April last year.
Yeah. Where we talked about how, like it's a popular thing for like white people from Canada to go to the Philippines and like start YouTubes and be like hugely successful YouTubers by like kind of profiting off of Filipino culture.
Yeah.
And, as much as we joke about it, I low-key hate that shit. It's weird to me. I don't I like that you appreciate the culture, but I feel gross when you're fucking making money off of it. Or like, you're like exploiting something. And I feel like maybe this person isn't exploiting it. They're just trying to look Dutch and live in the Netherlands. So who knows? Maybe it's different for them. I don't know. That's the last thing I'll say. Go ahead, Josh.
So, I love what you guys are saying. I think there's two different issues here. There's the issue of race and then the issue of culture, which I keep coming to because, okay, so first of all, transracialism, we can deal with that first. I think in an ideal world where there wasn't, white people who fucked up just so many different lives and like with colonization and just fucking up other, races and nationalities and everything like that. I think in an ideal world, if none of that happened, we all coexisted equally. I don't see a harm in transracialism. Like if you wanted to be, lighter skinned or whatever, I think going the other way is weird as a white person because that's like, that feels wrong to go like, if I wanted to be black or something like that, that would be weird. But I don't know. And then the other part of me is like, why do you want to be whiter? Is it this like self-image thing that you feel because white society is telling you this is the ideal standard and it's like,
to add that is like that in a lot of Southeast Asian countries.
Right. And that's fucked up. You should be happy in your own body. But if you're not, is there an issue with that? I don't know. I truly don't know. I think it's weird for white people to want to be darker skinned because of the hundreds and thousands of years of oppression and bullshit that we put other races through. But the other way around, I don't know if there's an issue with that, to be honest. The other thing I think is you're kind of ignorant with Dutch culture because like you can live in the Netherlands and be different races. You don't have to look Dutch to live there and appreciate their culture. You know what I mean? And it feels like you're confusing the two, where you're like, I feel like I should be living in the Netherlands. You don't have to feel like you come from the Netherlands. You know what I mean? You can go and live in a country, appreciate it, enjoy it, live there for the rest of your life, and, you know, add to the culture and, you know, that kind of thing. You don't have to change your entire look to go move somewhere. So it's two different issues for me, where it's like, if that's what you want to do with your body, you know what, more power to you. But I think you're also confusing the two different things. And it's a bit of ignorance on your part, and also, I don't know, a little bit too much gumption to want to move somewhere and just be like,
gumption.
I'm going to change everything about myself to become Dutch. You don't need to do that. That seems a little bit extreme. But also, if you're not happy with who you are and you want to change, be something else, you feel like you're something else, is it really my place to say you can't? I don't think so. That's kind of where I lean. I don't know if that's fence sitting or what, but I just think,
you know,
it's
to me, my ultimate point is, if you're going to try to be part of a certain culture, part of a certain race, to me, I think it's unfair to transition into that, because you don't carry the same cultural undertone that they experience being
right.
Naturally that culture. Like me as a Filipino, as a white person trying to be like Filipino or something, they're not ever going to be that type of person who were colonized by Spain, stripped away from their like identity for years or for like decades and millenniums, and fucking getting rid of a language or like being indoctrinized into Catholicism. They're never going to experience that. You know, or as someone being an African American or a black person, they're never going to have to, or a white person transitioning to a black person, they're not ever going to understand the whole concept of everything that they went through and still kind of going through. So to me, that's the part of me that is like, you're kind of diminishing the whole experience of a culture because of your aesthetic needs to feel like to fit a part. Because you're not going to carry that load with you. You're not going to carry that internal pain, the internal struggle of that said culture, you know? And to me, that's unfair. And just to take that on, not a lot of people can do that. So, and I think just hearing everything else, it kind of comes in a place of privilege that you're able to do that. You're able to transition to that culture because you had the means to do it. I don't know, like to me, there's ways to appreciate a culture without appropriating it and diminishing the whole experience of a color or, you know, an experience. So that's kind of where I stand with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
It
is a tricky one. It is.
But again, I think it is two different things, where it's like how you feel about yourself and misappropriating other cultures kind of thing. I think it's two different issues, where it's like, if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, then I feel you can do whatever you want. Should you, like, you know, as a white person, I would never do anything like that, because it would feel terrible. Yeah. But like, hypothetically, John, you as a Filipino, say you wanted to transition to be black or something like that. I agree. Like, it's hard for me to tell you that's wrong, because why is it wrong? I like that's the question, right? And so, yeah, for me, it seems like this person is ignorant in this case. You know, it's their body.
They otherwise seem like
damn
a
it,
great
Sean!
person.
Why'd you have us do this as the first one for this year?
Hey,
Holy hell!
Yeah.
I'm sure the Wikimaniacs enjoyed that. I'm sure they're also wondering themselves about how they feel about this situation.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is the varying opinions and the varying mindsets with this. Because like what Sean said, we get thrown out like so much concepts that A, is foreign to us, or 2, that's like we've never heard of, or 3, we never heard of an example of. And personally for me, this is an example that I've heard of situations like this, but never in depth of like the backstory and all that. It's always just like a quick TikTok saying like, hey, this person transitioned to this, like culturally, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you never get the full, I mean, this is not really the full concept of it, but you know, it's a conversation that needs to be had sometimes. And I feel like we have a community that's like, even if you think we're wrong, you'll point us to resources to educate us and let us know like how we can be more accepting with it. So
Which
That's my
think
call out.
I think our take is the correct take. We're open-minded about how this goes. And I think if we ever get past the stupid people, the transphobic people, this will be the next topic where it's like stupid people arguing about that shit, where they're like, oh, we shouldn't do it. But maybe we should. I don't know. I don't know yet.
We don't.
I think it's going to be a topic of conversation in the near future. More and more, anyway.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
This is our longest episode ever.
This is the longest episode forever. I'm so sorry. I still have a This Day in History. So let's get into that by the wonderful Alex Underbaki, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, Wikimaniacs, to our historical segment called This Day in History. This is a weekly series where we take a break from the wild takes that we found on Reddit to take you back in time to learn more about what happened on this day throughout history. Today's date is January 2nd of 2023, but we're turning the clocks back to 1971, being some 52 years ago. Sorry to all the Gen Zenners, the Zillennials, for the reminder that some of you may be entering your 50s. I feel you. Our historical event takes place in IBrox Park, Glasgow, Scotland. Football game was taking place, which for those who may get confused is another name for soccer. Shout out America. Just kidding. The Rangers were up against the Celtics, and fun fact, the Celtic Football Club was established in 1887, while the Rangers were established in 1872. In summary, both teams have been around for a really long time. Anyways, the Celtics were up against the Rangers on January 2nd, 1971 at the IBrox Park. Accounts claim that over 80,000 fans attended the game. The Celtics would win over the Rangers with a score of 2-0. Now, sports fans tuning in may know how wild any sporting event could get, but what happened at IBrox Park became an utter nightmare. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a trigger warning in here for mass death. I don't know if that's like an official trigger warning, but that's something that's going to be talked about in the next 2 minutes or so. So if you want to skip out on this, go ahead, feel free. Anyways, moving on. The chain of events goes a little something like this. Some believe that some Rangers fans decided to make their way out of the stadium slightly earlier after the Celtics scored again. As the cheers grew, some of these fans decided to perhaps maybe turn around and see what all the commotion was about. Chaos started to slightly ensue. Some resources claim that someone fell from Stairway 13, which caused a huge pileup of people. This pileup grew worse as the game came to an end and more people were trying to make their way out of the stadium. People were falling on top of one another, and a total of 66 football fans were crushed to death. In an even more depressing twist, this wasn't even the first chaotic nightmare that ended in death at the IBrox Park. According to a Glasgow Live article by Lee Dalgetty, during a 1902 match between Scotland and England, there was a stand that collapsed due to heavy rainfall. This collapse resulted in 25 deaths and more than 500 injuries. The 1971 IBrox disaster forced the government to look into sports ground safety, with an inquiry coming out in 1973. Redevelopments would change the park, making it a safer place while still acknowledging its past. Following the 1971 disaster, Rangers footballers would reportedly visit the houses of the families who had lost someone in the incident to offer their condolences. The football players were also present at the funerals. Have you ever heard of this incident before? Let us know over on our social media accounts or over on the Cultivate Discord. Also, thank you for tuning in to today's This Day in History segment. This segment wouldn't have been made possible without the following resources: Wikipedia and the Glasgow Live website. And of course, it wouldn't be made possible without our wonderful writer, host of the amazing Weird Distractions podcast, Alex Underbaki. Thank you for everything that you do. And we also got to give a shout out to our editor, Josh, actually co-host and editor and token white guy, Josh. I'm recording this way too fucking late, and that's on me. That's my bad. But got this in the show somehow because he's a beast, and I'm sorry. I won't do that again. I promise. But besides the people that work for us, like Alex and Josh, I gotta give a shout out to our patrons. Thank you guys so much, all 171. Wow. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Not only this segment, but the whole show in general would not be possible if not for you guys supporting us every month or yearly. If you're a yearly patron, feel free to get that discount if that's something that's holding you non-patrons back, or if you're already a patron. If you don't know, we have the yearly deal where I think you save 10% or something like that, but you save some money by being a yearly patron. So if you want to do that and switch over, more power to you. But thank you guys so much for supporting the show. We love each and every one of you, and a small token of appreciation is giving a shout out to all of you guys on this wonderful day. So let's start from the newest to the oldest to the day ones. We got Taylor, Tara, Jessica, Christine, Sarah, Mina, Min Sugar Cookies, Sophia, Will, J Rich, Mitzi, Muna, Cow, Witty Kitty, Raven, Ashley, Annie, Ida, Stevie, Meg, Mystery, Sierra, this beat is, Charisse, Hyphen, Dia, G, Shell, Olivia, Hope, Taylor, Lee, Alexis, Unicorn Candy, Bex, Graceful Duck 22, Phoebe, Roxy, Emily Dodge, Eliana, Patty, Likachu, Nikita, Casey, Jenna, Issa Thunderpoop, Tabitha, Victoria, Jordan, Jory, Elizabeth, Chelsea, Leslie, Alan, June So, D, Solunia, Kate, Casey, Lanny, Chi, Indira, Iona, Karen, Alyssa, Rebecca, Brittany, Siddhartha, Sunnylicious Supreme, Majorie, Alyssa, Carol, Sherry, Julia, Tegan, Linnea, Witty Meta, Sarah, Karina, Evelyn, Kite, Velvet Mole, Caitlin, Kelsey, Andrea, Jillian, Aaron, Kawina, Renee, Apolline, Rhonda, Stephanie, Rhiannon, Christine, Juice Machine, Kate, Carolyn, Rihanna, Maria, Elena, Neen, Amanda, Shirtless, Josh Stan, Jacqueline, Michelle, Allie, Ashley, Cicely, Haley, Brittany, Little Rossi, Aurori, Saskia, Andy, Sky, Lucelini, Amber, Noah, Itzel, Nelly, Ashley, Sasha, Zenthalo, Alex, Caitlin, Casey, Ringo, Paula, Dan, Rochelle, Carrie Berry, Lofty Andy, E. Katerina, Jen, Elizabeth, Corey, Carter, Amber, Dominique, Marine, Chantel, Tiffany, Risa, Jarella, your girl Diana, Catherine, Diana, Lena, Nia, Jen, Crystal, Danielle, Michelle, Alexis, Jasmine, Miss Doolittle Crew, Marianne, Sarah, Free Gnomes, Susan, Phantom Fox 98, Dan, A Spooky Tales, Blue Raina, Katie, Ilyana, Micah, Valentina, Alex, Taru, Aaron, Gabby, Lindsay, and Vina. Whew. I had an especially hard time reading today, guys, so sorry if I mispronounced anybody's name. Feel free to correct me on the Patreon or on the Discord or on the Reddit. Just tag me because I don't see everything. So yeah, that's the best way. Just tag me or write my name and tell me to pronounce your name better, and I'll continue to do my best. But with that being said, let's get back to the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for being patrons. If you're not a patron and you're still listening, thank you for listening. Hope you guys had a great new year, and let's have a great year. Love you guys. And that's it, guys. That's it for the show. The longest episode, I think, since before we got popular, for sure, I think.
True. Yeah.
We had like one extremely long one before then. I forget what it was.
Back when we were doing one episode a week.
It's me, you, and Linz, I think. That was
so
a
sorry,
2021 recap.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
it was.
That was like 2 hours.
That was so
That was
fucking
2
long.
hours. And this is kind of close to that. So I will keep it brief. We'll see you guys we'll see you on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. Love you guys. If you need more
let us
of
know
us,
your thoughts in the
Yes,
comments. I
please,
want to hear
please.
about this topic.
as always.
Yeah.
And if you have resources or articles that you want us to read to further educate us, please link it to us, and we're more than happy to read it.
I'm sure we don't have to say this. Don't be hateful. I know this isn't our
Don't.
YouTube shorts, so I probably don't have to, but just, no hate on this person.
No, absolutely not.
At maximum, they're just ignorant or misunderstanding. And at the nice end, they're actually, being progressive. Who knows? So, no hate towards the person in the story. Just
Maybe
conversation.
maybe they're a trailblazer, like trying to set a new I
They
don't know.
could be. They could be.
But also, whenever John said we'll read it, what he means by that is Josh and I will read it, and then we'll explain to John because John doesn't read.
Yes, I don't read.
he hates reading. Yeah.
He hates reading.
Loves pooping
All right, well-
naked, hates reading.
It's going to be on his tombstone. John could not read this, and he shits nude. All right, that's it for this week. Or
I'd
for
be
this
mad at
Monday.
you guys if I could read this.
Trying to haunt us.
Yes.
We'll see you guys on Friday. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.